But there's a much deeper thing that I want to ask beyond the streams. Last year, you were sampled by Megan Thee Stallion and performed with her at Coachella. Your work has been interpolated in songs by Flo, Raven Lene, and Baby Tate. Normani looks up to you. Fifth Harmony, a group of women of color, just interpolated Goodies at the Jonas Brothers concert. ARI Lennox said that the Goodies album changed her life. And Victoria Monet said in 2024, she doesn't know what music is like without you. So how does it feel to still be such a cultural touchstone, but especially among Black female artists?
Yeah, that's so sweet.
You did that, girl!
That's so sweet. I just feel thankful, you know, because I know like what it meant for me coming up and having artists that I looked up to. Sorry. I don't know, I think I'm in a chapter of gratitude. So for me, when people say they look up to you in a way that I looked up to someone like a Janet, you know, or Michael, you know, or artists that I admired, when people show you love like that, it means a lot because I know the exact feeling that I had when I said what Janet meant to me or what Michael meant to me or other artists meant to me. So, you know, when you get that kind of love, like it's a special thing because I see the amazing work that these artists are doing. You know, so for them to speak about me in such a powerful way, it really inspires me, yeah. So I'm so grateful. Yeah.
I had to answer that. I had to ask that.
So
like I just.
Yeah.
Really big I remember watching. I remember watching 1 2 Step and being like, I want to do that.
Aww.
You were just so cool, girl.
Sweet.
Being able to balance like the femininity, the masculinity that we all have inside of us, and doing it with such grace and confidence and swagger. It's just, I'm so happy to be here with you.
Aww, so sweet.
I didn't expect that.
So sweet.
So-
High five, high five.
So now I'm gonna be on the internet. Oh yes, tissues. I'll bring them out. Oh my god.
Thanks, JB.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
So sweet. Yeah, you take one, I'll take one.
Yes, we'll walk together, girl. To emotion, to being able to feel our feelings.
We cry together.
So when you think about the story you're telling through your work and your life, your philanthropy, what imprint do you hope that it leaves on the culture and the people who have grown up with you, but most importantly, like your babies too?
Oh my gosh, yeah. You know, Russ and I talk about legacy, you know, our babies are a reflection of that. I hope that, you know, when people see my journey, that they just know that anything is possible when you believe. And I think for our kids, you know, we want them to, you know, be God-fearing little ones, which they are so far. They're getting it, which is great. Compassionate people, you know, humble. Being humble is important. Having the compassion to serve, you know. When it's all said and done, I hope that people would say, you know, that she loved big, she gave big, and she served big. And that's important to me, that our kids have that mentality, you know, because words carry weight. You know, the things that we do can impact someone's lives more than we know. I hope my kids understand the significance of that. I hope that they just have the spirit of wanting to help. But the drive too. You gotta have the drive, you know. I hope that they, you know, understand you gotta hustle. You know, the world's not gonna give you, you know, what you want. They might actually make it harder for you for whatever reasons. Like, know that. But know that you can, like, do it if you believe, right? And I think no really great thing that happens, or good or great thing that happens, in most cases it doesn't come with some challenge, or opposition. So and that's actually like a real good lesson that some of our kids are going through right now. It's like, listen, sunshine, the world ain't gonna be handed to you. I just had a conversation with one of our kids the other day. It's like, you're gonna have to you gotta toughen up a little bit, and that's a real thing. Like, that's just the ways of the world. So, I just hope that they'll be equipped and be ready for whatever life's gonna throw their way. But again, know that, if mommy and daddy could do it, we can do it.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Sienna, who has excellent taste in music. Because Ryan has my favorite song too.
Sienna, oh my god.
Oh my god. Like when she said Ryan, I'm like, I feel seen.
Oh my god.
My favorite song is by you too. Like, and the video, don't get me started.
Oh my
I've already
Lord.
started crying, I'll cry again.
So funny.
Is there, and it guides you through all of your challenges. So beyond the spiritual, how do you balance trusting the process with taking intentional action, especially when it comes to results that might not immediately be visible to you?
Man, it goes back to belief. And faith is believing in what you don't see. So they say you can have faith to see the size of a mustard seed that can move mountains. It's in the Bible. And that's a real thing. And you know what really allows me to stand firm and to stand on business, as they would say, but to stand on my faith, is because I've seen what's happened in my life. Every time I've had faith, and I may have been at my lowest, or I may have felt like I wanted to give up, or just couldn't understand why something wasn't working out I wanted it to, but I kept believing. That was my faith that was pushing through for me. I keep my faith because I know how God has showed up in my life. Those times when I didn't understand what was happening and when I couldn't see the light in the tunnel, but I just kept believing there was a light. That's what allows me to keep my faith. So if anybody in this room is struggling with believing in something, to happen for your life, I'm pretty positive that every person in this room has experienced a moment where you didn't believe and something happened. Is that fair to say? Can everyone raise their hand and say that's fact? So make that your go-to when you're doubting yourself or doubting the moment. Just remember how when you struggle with believing and you were having a tough moment, wondering what the next moment or thing that you were dreaming to happen was going to happen. Remember that feeling from when it happened for you. It can happen again, and it will if you just keep walking in faith.
And Sierra's good at prayers, y'all, so I think we're all really blessed right now. And everything you just said, anything that you're thinking about is probably going to happen now. But you also have to put in the work.
But if it don't happen, don't be mad.
No, but don't be mad at her.
Because it's for a reason, trust,
Yeah. Something good about your legacy. You've been doing this now, so what reflections do you have when you look back on your career as it continues into its second decade?
Man, what reflections I look back. I just remember being this little ambitious young girl. I say I'm a woman of ambition on a mission, and at that time I was a girl of ambition on a mission.
And rapper, y'all.
Bores. No, I just reflect back to being this little girl, I'm gonna do like this, and I'm gonna do like that. They have me on video, I have to find it. I think I did find it actually, where they asked me, where I saw myself a year after graduating, and I was like, and my Superland was, I see myself have #1 song on a Billboard chart, and blah, blah, blah. And literally a year later that happened, right? So I just think about I'm an only child, so I had a lot of time on my hands to create an experiment, So I would say a lot of being able to do that was significant, just trying stuff. But I don't know, as I reflect back, I think about the grind, the grind will never leave me, I'm thankful, as you guys know, I talk about with the independent journey. I'm thankful too for the traditional system journey too, because, back in the days, we had things like artist development, where you have to sing and jog at the same time, all kind of things, just being thrown into the fire. And so, I don't know, when I reflect back, I'm just grateful that I got to experience the different phases of the evolution of music, the music industry, watching physical sales become less and less significant, but now they're starting to come back in the vinyl form. But then watching how digital performance impacts or streaming impacts the positioning of your song on a chart. Remember ringtones? I heard ringtones are coming back too. Actually.
Good, because I got a couple in the bank. I want to put mine.
I don't know, but I'm thankful for my journey when I reflect back. I'm very fortunate I got to see a lot of cool things happen. A lot of the evolution of music. But I just remember again being this little girl, like, just so confident and like, was a little naive, but I like that I was a little bit because it really made me like just go for stuff. I wasn't ever overthinking it. I was like, oh no, this is what I want to do, I'm just gonna go for it. But I didn't know like I was maybe facing opposition right in front of me, one being a girl, obviously being a woman of color, I had no idea these things were probably against me. But me being a little naive was just like, oh, well, this is what I like and this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it, and so, yeah, a lot to unpack there.
So I'm actually going to read this question straight off the paper because I feel like I need to articulate it perfectly. So you've got a catalog with streams in the billions, so clearly we've all heard your music at some point, even if people are like, no, I haven't. Your younger self wish you knew that your current self could probably have given that advice to?
My younger self, just be patient. Because when you're young, you just want everything to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like when you want it to happen, how you want it to happen. She's like, yes. It's the truth, right? It's like, just be patient, little one. Like, it's gonna all happen for you when it's supposed to happen for you. Yes, right? Yeah, so you look really young, but you said you have kids?
No, I said I only have patience with kids.
Oh, with kids. Hard for yourself, right? Yeah, so it's like, be patient, little one. Like, I would tell myself that, like, and I would tell myself, stay the course. Like, something I just thought about is like, I used to always say, like, you are your own clique. And sometimes I think people, you feel like you gotta try to fit in with like certain crews that feel cool, and like you feel like you gotta like not be yourself fully to like make people happy or to think you're cool. And it's like, man, bump that. Like, you're your own clique. Like, stay the course. Like I would say that because I loved like getting along with everybody. Like that was my jam. But I struggled with like locking into like cliques. Like I could never do that. It was just weird. So I would say that too. Like like you be your own clique. Like stay the course. Like, and I did say be your own clique, but I would remind myself that. So, yeah.
Last question before we get to some questions from the audience.
Oh yes.
What is next, girl? Because one, you've been outside more than anybody here in New York City. I see you doing everything. But what is next?
What is next? You never know with CC what's next. Because CC be doing a whole lot. There are some exciting things in the pipeline. Right now we're in the thick of this CIARA together. See that CIARA, okay. we are, I'm having fun, jamming out to this album with you guys and promoting it. And so we got some performances in store for you all. Yeah. Excited for that. It's like you're crazy. I don't want to make no false statements out here. And y'all get me in trouble. But I do have plans to do a tour. Now, listen, that conversation is in the works, so it's not happening tomorrow, okay? I want y'all to know. What you said, just know that is an important plan of mine and mission of mine, and I want to go around the world. So that's one of my goals. And then sidebar, I just want to mention that Russ and I, we have our Why Not You Productions company that we're so proud of, and our first big feature film that we did in partnership with Amazon Studios is coming out November 7th. It's called Sarah's Oil, and this young girl, Sarah Rector, was a boss. She was very fearless, young black girl, one of the first young black millionaires. At just 11 years old, understood her value and her family's value and fought for what was theirs. And it's just a great story that everyone needs to see. So I just want to, tell you guys that, because November 7th it will be in theaters, and you guys should check that out. Yeah, but I'm excited. I don't know, listen, like I said, y'all know Cece, she don't stop. We ain't stopping around here. We're just getting started. You guys have been like a tremendous part of my journey, and so I'm excited for us to keep on rocking together. We got a lot more. It's been, I call y'all my day 21. So it's 21 years since the first album, and we got 21 more to go.
We're going to take a couple questions from the audience.